Today on Buckeye TV, we have exciting stories on Ohio State sports, February holidays, and upcoming student theater productions.
We'll also talk to students about their feelings on campus safety and take a look into the new ban on vapes in the city of Columbus.
Stick with us for more.
Today on Buckeye TV.
Hello and welcome to Buckeye TV. I'm Casey Kuhlman.
And I'm Austin Muchetti.
We have a wide array of stories lined up for you tonight here on Buckeye TV. Make sure you stay tuned for all the details. The Ohio State women's basketball team made national headlines when they recently took down Caitlin Clark's Iowa. Now they look to continue that run of form. Austin Muchetti has the story.
Tonight is a big night for the Ohio State women's basketball team, who are looking to bring their win streak to 8 with a victory here tonight against the Wisconsin Badgers. Heading into this game with a 17-3 overall record and only one loss at home this season, the Buckeyes enter this game confidently, expecting results. At Value City Arena, the stage was set for this Big Ten matchup between Ohio State and Wisconsin. Cody McMahon got the scoring started for the Buckeyes with a clean three-point shot. J.C. Sheldon wasted no time on this fast break, sprinting down the court to make a layup. Wisconsin looked promising in the first half, with Hallie Douglas shooting from distance and Sarah Williams a constant threat in the paint. But Ohio State was still able to hold on to a 31-26 lead heading into the second half. McMahon set the tone for what would be a dominant second half, with this defiant block earning some plaudits from her teammates. The Buckeyes would go on to control the game, posting 39 points in the third quarter alone. While resting some of their starters in the fourth quarter, the Buckeyes showcased their depth as they continued to put pressure on the Badgers. The game ended as an 87-49 victory for the Buckeyes, an 8th successive win.
We had a spirited conversation at halftime just about our mental energy. I thought our physical energy was fine, but just we weren't really locked in mentally, and they did a great job coming out of the locker room and kind of imposing our will on the second half.
Yeah, I feel like in the second half we really pressured them really well. We got them a lot of turnovers. The starting five did a great job starting off in the second half, but then when everybody else came in, we continued that, and I feel like that was a big thing that helped us get that lead.
So I feel like when we start getting those steals, and we get a steal with an and-one, and JC dives on the ground, we get another and-one. It's just little things like that we love for each other. Like you said, we cheer for each other all game. So when we start doing a lot of sit-ups and sitting up and down, that's how we know we're doing good. So.
It's a statement from the Buckeyes tonight, who not only won by a margin of 38 points, but tied their highest ever points total in the third quarter of a game with 39 points. They now look ahead to their next game, a highly anticipated matchup against Indiana, and look to continue their win streak. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Austin Muchetti.
2024 is a big election year. The general election will be here before we know it. But first, we have to vote in the primary elections coming up. Stay informed on Ohio voting deadlines.
The last day to register to vote in the Ohio primary is February 20th, with absentee voting both by mail and in person beginning on the 21st. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is always 7 days before the election day. For the Ohio primary election on March 19th, the last day to request an absentee ballot is March 12th.
To learn more about how to register to vote and to request an absentee ballot, go to ohiosos.gov. The day of chocolates, roses, and candied hearts has come to an end. Here's Astrid Kost with the views and plans students had about St. Valentine's Day.
With Valentine's Day just passing in the air, I'm here to ask OSU students what they thought about the holiday and if the season of love was felt around the Ohio State campus. With Valentine's Day being on a Wednesday, many students have opted to celebrate the holiday over the weekend. Will you be celebrating Valentine's Day? And if you are, how are you participating in the holiday?
Yeah, I am celebrating. I've actually had reservations at a restaurant in the Short North for a couple weeks with my boyfriend. We're going on Friday, next Friday.
I believe I'm going to be celebrating Valentine's Day with my friends. So we'll probably, I haven't made my made up my mind yet, but probably go out and maybe do some speed dating.
Valentine's Day is traditionally seen as a celebration of love with one's significant other, but some college students believe it goes beyond just one relationship.
Do you think that Valentine's Day is only specifically for a significant other, or can it be more broad in terms of who you celebrate it with?
I definitely think it can be more broad. I think it's about like spreading love and like positivity and stuff. So if you have anybody that you have love for, I don't necessarily think it has to be specifically for significant others. I think that's typically how it is, how people associate it with, but I don't think necessarily.
I was just in a club meeting last night where I was the only one with a significant other, but we still all went around telling our Valentine's Day plans, even if it was just to rot in bed and be single. So I think in a way people are acknowledging that it's Valentine's Day and those are their plans and that's how they're celebrating.
Now, how did you celebrate Valentine's Day? Either with a significant other, with your friends and family, or with some self-care? Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Astrid Coste.
Up next on Buckeye TV, we have stories on the banning of vapes in the Columbus area and news of returning Ohio State football players.
We also dive into Black History Month and student theater performances.
All that and more.
Next on Buckeye TV.
Welcome back. There's a new city law in Columbus that you may not have heard of. Reporter Macy Hopgood has the story.
Effective January 1st, 2024, the City of Columbus banned the sale of all flavored e-cigarettes. There are a lot of mixed emotions about lawmakers coming to this conclusion, so let's talk to a couple of employees at a smoke shop, as well as a student who vapes, to get their thoughts.
I've been working here at 14 for 8 years, and I want to speak to you about the ban on vapes, which causes a lot of problems because people have that nicotine fix and they can't get it, and they just start acting outside of themselves. We had an incident here because the clerk didn't sell a guy a vape. It turned into very violent, but not that broke our window and it was fighting.
I'm here at 14-0. My opinion about the ban on tobacco flavored products is that it's another case of politicians dictating people's lives and policy. If people want to ban a particular product, whether it be Coca-Cola, McDonald's, or tobacco, I think they should vote on it to vote for it. So.
According to the Food and Drug Administration, about 2.8 million youth currently use any tobacco product. So with this flavored tobacco ban in place in Columbus, they're trying to lower that number in the young people who are addicted to nicotine by taking away the one thing that does really attract them to the nicotine. We've obviously heard from some smoke shop workers and how that's changed their business over time and how they're not a big fan of it. And we're about to hear from a student who actually does vape.
I'm 22. I've been vaping for like 3 years. I do have to go out of the city now just to get one, which I thought the ban would help me quit, but it didn't, so.
After hearing from both aspects of a smoke shop worker and a vapor, do you believe this vape ban in place is really going to help? Is it worth it? What are your thoughts?
This offseason has been an exciting one for Ohio State football fans, with some big name transfers heading to Columbus, as well as many current top players announcing they will defer the NFL draft and stay an extra year. Buckeye TV's Henry Pilliard has more.
After a football season that many fans would consider disappointing, including a defeat to rival Michigan followed by a loss in the Cotton Bowl, Ryan Day and the rest of the football team's coaching staff are doing everything they can to make sure they have enough firepower to turn things around this upcoming fall.
I just felt like this was an opportunity I couldn't pass up on, and I really thought I had a really good relationship with Coach Day. Thought he was a really good guy.
Howard said that deciding a school was not easy, but Ohio State always seemed like the right choice for him.
Going to Ohio State and playing quarterback here would be a huge honor and an opportunity that would be hard to pass up. And it was a long process, but I'm glad I ended up here.
In an interview, head coach Ryan Day said that perhaps the most important part of this Ohio State team is the returning players.
Lathan, Travion, Emeka, Donovan. I mean, these are all really high-end players who decided they wanted to come back, and it wasn't for anything other than their teammates, their coaches, the culture, and that kind of set the tone for all of it. And then we started to fill in a couple of the pieces, and like you said, there wasn't a lot, it wasn't big numbers, but hopefully the guys we brought in can make an impact.
With so many returning players to go along with some big transfer pickups with the likes of quarterback Will Howard, Ohio State is in a prime position to make a big run in 2024. With Buckeye TV, I'm Henry Pilliard.
This month marks the annual observance of Black History Month. The establishment of Black History Month began in February of 1976 by the scholar Carter G. Woodson.
This year's theme centers around the celebration of art, including film, music, literature, dance, and much more. You can join the celebration with live performances at the Ohio State House every Tuesday at noon. There is an upcoming show presented by Lincoln Theater Executive Director and Ohio State instructor Susan Bradford on February 20th. If you and your friends are eager to experience inspiring, engaging, and original theater, the Ohio State MFA students have much to offer. Reporter Casey Kuhlman has the story.
I am here in the new Theater, Film, and Media Arts building to talk to a couple of MFA students about their progress in creating their own original theatrical works. Not only are these actors tasked with being the main actors in their pieces, they are also tasked with being the directors, producers, and visionary artists. First, I met with Noah Bennett, whose piece follows an evangelical radio host that is on air as the rapture occurs.
He sort of is in the business of God, and then he doesn't get called up to heaven, so it leaves him in quite a predicament. I was really inspired. I saw a YouTube video one time. It was the Howard Stern show on 9/11. And so like him grappling with what was going on in real time was sort of the basis inspiration for this piece.
He hopes to leave audiences pondering the facades themselves and others put on and why. Another MFA student explains what he hopes to achieve with his piece, which explores his queer identity, the loss of his sister, and what it means to keep pieces of lost ones alive.
It's that simple phrase or that simple moment or just that honesty that really resonates and strikes you and stays with you and allows you and the audience, whoever it is, whether it's, a 12-year-old kid, queer kid who, is going through a lot of difficulties, to just maybe have that moment of recognition.
I think people should come see the MFA Solo Festival because they will get to see 8 incredibly talented artists telling 8 just vastly different stories. You'll get to see 8 storytellers just coming into their own sort of right in front of your eyes.
If you are looking to experience new art and support Buckeye artists, make sure not to miss these upcoming productions. This is Casey Kuhlman with Buckeye TV.
Is student safety at the forefront of the Ohio State University? We find out what students think next.
We also take a look at the future of Ohio State football and the population growth of Columbus.
Exciting stories to come on Buckeye TV. Our next story dives into campus safety and whether or not students feel they are being protected. Buckeye TV reporter Cassidy Krager has the story.
Ohio State is a busy place. There are things constantly happening all the way from north to south campus. Today we're talking to students on if they feel the Ohio State University is safe for them.
According to college crime ratings, the Ohio State University main campus is the most unsafe university with over 800 reports of crime.
I would say during the day going to classes, I've never felt unsafe. I feel like there's always people around during the day and going to class, it's not that dangerous. But at night, I will say once it gets later, after 11, it is kind of scary walking around campus. It's worse off campus than on campus, the edges of campus. So not so much Thompson and the oval areas, but around the edges of campus, I would for sure say.
So I had my car broken into last year on campus. I had all my stuff in there as I was going home for the weekend, and someone took the opportunity and stole all my stuff. So that was not fun. Felt a little unsafe with that.
It seems that students feel safer on campus than off. However, they feel there needs to be a better system put in place for dorm security.
I think that there needs to be more improvement on security in the dorms. I know there's been some situations of random strangers walking in to the females' showers, and I don't think that's okay. Some improvement on that.
When I was living in like a dorm, Moral, I think, I was on like the 18th floor, and it was like maybe 2 a.m. and there was like a random man that just made it all the way up to the 18th floor and he was inside like our suite. Like it was kind of terrifying.
Those are students' feelings on campus safety. For Buckeye TV, I'm Cassidy Krieger.
Columbus seems to be the booming city. The Ohio capital has experienced extreme population growth in the last few years. In 2023, Columbus had the highest population growth in the United States, according to the Bloomberg and the Bank of America.
Columbus now joins the top 15 cities in the U.S. with the biggest population. The Intel plant breaking ground in Licking County being one of the speculations behind the growth. The city's population is expected to increase every year up to 2050. With the big season months away and the players in the process of getting warmed up, we now go to Aaron Van Bibber to ask how confident the students are that the Buckeyes will go all the way this coming year.
With everyone anticipating the upcoming season, many are wondering what will be different this year that will finally give the Buckeyes the edge over that state up north, potentially even make it towards the championships.
While they reached just shy of a perfect season, people have been looking forward to seeing how the Buckeyes will fare this coming season.
There's definitely a lot of room for improvement, and that, the loss against Michigan certainly, I hate that, but
as the team begins the process of warming up for the coming season, people are looking toward the newly selected players, including 2 transfer players from Alabama.
I've heard a lot of good things. Like I know they got Caleb Downs, he's like the safety from Alabama. He's like the top probably prospect in the transfer portal, so I'm really excited about that. And then the quarterback Julian Sayin, he's exciting. I've seen some of his game reels and he looks really good.
While some say it is too early to call, others believe that this could finally be the year that their luck turns around.
I have full confidence in Ryan Day, and I have full confidence in our players, and that I think everything will come together and we will have success in the new 12-team playoff.
Time will tell if these new additions to the team will make a difference in the long run. One thing is for sure, with their impressive track records combined with the pure talent of the Buckeyes, it's only a matter of time before they're all able to go the distance. This is Aaron Van Bibber with BTV.
February 10th marked the start of the Chinese New Year. Stay tuned to find out how people celebrated.
As well as news of multiple Ohio State athletes heading to the Paris Summer Olympics.
Next on Buckeye TV. Exciting news in Ohio State sports. Multiple Ohio State athletes have qualified for the 2024 Olympics taking place in Paris, France.
So far, 4 athletes have qualified. Nikki Zerko and Ruby Ramadi on the synchronized swimming team and Lena Henschel on the swim and dive team, as well as Caitlin Abeln on the air pistol shooter team.
According to university archives, over 200 Buckeyes have competed in the Olympics and over 100 medals have been won by Buckeye athletes. Will these 4 add to our medal count?
We wish them luck this summer.
In February, amidst the buzz of Valentine's Day, another significant occasion takes center stage, especially for Asian students, the Chinese New Year. Buckeye TV's reporter Minnie Zhao delivers deeper into the festivities.
As a traditional festival, Chinese New Year is so important for all Chinese and Asian international students. How do students at The Ohio State University celebrate the Chinese New Year? Chinese Student and Scholar Society's Chinese New Year Gala are going to show you different experience about celebrating this festival.
As Chinese people, the staff of the Chinese Student and Scholar Society hold deep expectations for this event.
Why do you want to hold a Chinese New Year Gala?
I think the Chinese New Year is one of the most important festival for all the Chinese people, and we want to make sure all the Chinese citizens in OSU have an opportunity to celebrate this important festival right here.
Other than Chinese Student and Scholar Society staffs, participants also felt that this event has special meaning for them.
What does participating in this cultural event mean to you personally?
Well, I think it's a good chance to
hang out with my friends, and it's a great achievement to play and perform to everyone and show our culture, like show what we learned before and like spend the time with everyone. Yes.
Well, all of the members from our band are from China, so and also most audiences are probably from China too. So and then especially all the students are away from their home, so they won't be able to celebrate the New Year with their family. So it's nice that we can perform, and then it's mostly for those like freshmen, first year students, to give them a way to celebrate the New Year.
Want to know more about Chinese New Year or join another Chinese New Year Gala? Please contact with Chinese Student and Scholar Society. For BuckeyeTV, I'm Minyi Zhao.
Thank you, Minnie. That was our last story for the night. Thank you for tuning into Buckeye TV. I'm Austin Muchetti.
And I'm Casey Kuhlman.
We hope to see you next time.